swear my cat. Hi everyone and happy Easter. I hope you guys are all having a great Easter and celebrating with family and food. I actually have mono right now, so I am at my grandma's house, but if I seem sick or out of it, it's because I have mono and I'm not feeling the best. So along with that, as a little bit of an update, I missed all of last week's videos because of the mono, and I don't know if I'll miss more videos in the future. I'm actually amazed at how much I don't look super pale right now because of makeup. Thank God for makeup. But however, if my face looks a different color than my skin, it's not actually because of my makeup, it's because the lighting in here is so weird and I couldn't figure out how to get it right because, again, this is not my house, this is my grandma's house, so I don't really know the lighting in here as well. So today we're going to be talking about how it was getting out of the hospital and getting back into the real world. And it is a weird transition to go from being in the hospital to coming back and dealing with a new medical thing all by yourself. I got out on a Friday and I actually went back to school the next Monday. I don't think that that's recommended. I didn't know that at the time, but when we told doctors, they were like, wow, you're already back at school? I wanted to get back as soon as possible in order to make sure that I was doing good in my classes. I actually was diagnosed 2 weeks before our third quarter exams, and so I had pretty much no time to catch up from everything I had missed from being sick and in the hospital. And so I was working like a crazy lady to try and get done everything I had to get done. However, going back to school is very, very stressful. First of all, you do not want to be there. You don't feel like it matters anymore. You get kind of in this rut of thinking, well, I'm gonna have this horrible thing for the rest of my life. What does school matter right now? Like, my health is such crap. Like, I just want to stay home and figure that out. But again, I was a straight A student and wanted to do the best I could, so forced myself to go to school way too early. And you have to talk to the teachers and the counselors and the principal to figure out how to accommodate for this new diagnosis. And so I had to set up a 504 plan, which is basically making sure that I have those accommodations that I need and that they are required to give it to me. And so that was a lot of work to figure out. And of course, I had to educate my teachers on some of the stuff I would need and some of the symptoms of high and low blood sugar, just in case like something went wrong. And so I had to basically catch everybody up really fast in order to make sure that I was safe at school. And that took a lot of effort and a lot of work, and repeating the same story over and over again. I mean, I love doing it, don't get me wrong. I love talking about my diabetes and educating people on it. That's why I'm doing this. But when you're doing it all in like a span of like a week to like 60 people, it gets a little bit repetitive at times. Also, I actually had to go to camps in order to learn more about the diabetes. It was like a 3-day long camp at the hospital in order to let me know what I needed to know, and it was pretty overwhelming. On top of that, those camps and all the days that I was taking off because I felt sick because of how my numbers were affecting me, they started to add up, and it got really stressful for me to try and fit in all my academic work, especially because of exams. And right after the exams, we actually had the SAT and all the extra testing that juniors have to go through, and that's already stressful enough, but when you add on all these other things going on, it felt like the entire world was on my shoulders. So I brought up in the last video that I got put on antidepressants while I was in the hospital. And I have nothing against antidepressants. I think antidepressants are actually great for those who need them. However, the antidepressants I was on were not the ones that were right for me. Full disclosure, I'm still on antidepressants, but the ones that I'm currently taking work a lot better. the ones I was on at that point did not work well with my system, and it caused what is known as emotional blunting. I want to go far more into this in my next video, so I'm not going to talk about it a whole bunch in this video, but just know that I was in a very dark place, and with the whole new diagnosis and everything, it got even darker, and then with these medicines that weren't working with my system, it got worse. It's kind of dark. Don't really want to do that on Easter and talk about it because it's supposed to be a happy day, so we're going to go to the next subject. Another big thing was that when I needed the support of my friends the most, sadly, I didn't get it from a lot of my friends, and I am past that. I don't blame them. Obviously, we were meant to be friends, and I don't think that that's a bad thing. They just were high schoolers going through their own stuff, and dealing with that much of somebody else's life is a lot to go through no matter what, and it can be a big bummer, so I don't really blame anyone for it anymore. At the time, it was just really hard to be losing the people that I thought were going to be there for me. I also just want to say that I do agree that I was talking about it and complaining about it a lot and how I felt and everything that came with being diabetic, and probably making a lot of the stories about me. However, I also do want to say that if you have a friend who is going through something like that, a huge diagnosis or a loss of a loved one or a mental disorder or anything that's really big and can really affect their life, and they're talking about it a lot to you, don't get annoyed with them and close them out. It can be annoying at times, and it can be really hard to put up with, and it can be difficult to constantly be focusing around that, but that is when they need you the most, and that is the hard times that friends should be there for each other. And I've been guilty of it before, and I don't blame anybody that decided that they didn't want to be friends with me, but it was a lot of people who left my life during this time, and it just was very hurtful in the moment. I will always remember the people that actually stuck with me and helped me through that time, because those are the people that are going to be there for me in the future and who I want to be there for even more. I would never have gone through that time in my life had it not been for those people, and that is a really profound effect to have on someone. It came out probably like I was just a complete downer, and that I understand. Like, I understand why people did not want to be around me or be my friend anymore. I am actually really nervous about adding that to this video, and I do want to talk about it more in the future, but I do want to be sensitive to those people who I am talking about and be sensitive to what they were feeling. I do just want to say that that is important though going forward, again with my next video, and how everything kind of was adding up into this perfect storm of just me feeling absolutely awful. My next video is going to be very sad and very serious, so sorry in advance. I'm sorry that a lot of these beginning videos are really depressing. Obviously it was not a good time in my life. However, I promise there will be ones in the future that are funny and that are happy and that are not as sad. I hope that I get a video up on Wednesday, and I hope I get this video up tonight. No promises. Sorry. Most of all though, I hope you guys are having a great Easter. I hope that the Easter Bunny came and, you know, did what he does, and I hope that you guys will stay tuned for my next video. Go ahead and click off and enjoy time with your family. Make sure to not take anything in life for granted, and to spend the most time you can living your best life and being with those you love, for sure. With all that said, I will see you guys next time. Have a good day.